Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the Footy Show daily here on Patreon. We are live. Sometimes it's very obvious when we're live. We're definitely live. Yeah,
we're live.
And if you want to join us on Patreon, the link is in the description where you can watch this show, catch up with us, leave us comments and tell us when there's no sound, which is always good. But before we get in it, let's just get over to Baz.
I hope you can hear me. This video is brought to you in association with OneFootball. OneFootball has a free app that you can download straight onto your phone, brings you all the latest scores, stats, transfer rumours, all there at the touch of a button. They bring you rumours from all over the world, not just the Premier League. Every league you can choose what leagues come into your phone. The Premier League, you can read all about Project Restart, but also has a designated club notification feed, which I've got obviously for Everton, and that brings you all the latest transfer rumours and stuff. It brings you stories today like Oumar Niasse and Cuca Martina no longer being Everton players, and it is available for free. So go and download the app. The link is in the description. OneFootball's app, it's on our phones, it's excellent. Make it on your phone. Go and do it right now. By downloading the app, you do us a favour and you get some great great football.
You're helping us and you're finding out where Oumar Niasse is going next. Why wouldn't you want to do those two things?
I mean, that's what you have to ask yourself. Why wouldn't you?
Link is in the description.
Go and download OneFootball's app now. It is free and it's brilliant.
Okay, we had Premier League football last night. Liverpool took that step. Yeah, that big step, didn't they? Which essentially means now that Manchester City would have to win every single game. They would, wouldn't they? Man City would have to win every single game, and that starts tonight when they play Chelsea. And we know from being in the studio, there's some quite excited people outside who are ready to get the celebrations going.
Got Sky TV here, haven't they?
Apparently
Sky are coming to
channel
sit and watch the match with them. So.
Apparently they wouldn't do that for us. That's why Toffee TV is so good. It's because we look after that. We look after us. We look after Everton Football Club, the interest of Everton Football Club. I mean, that's another reason why you should be getting them on football app, because it helps us and it helps.
But also, this isn't an Everton show, so.
No, just saying. But it's Evertonians watching mostly.
Yeah, there is that.
So Liverpool won 4-0, really convincing. To
be fair to them, scored 4 brilliant goals. They really did. They did. Trent Alexander-Arnold, great free kick. Mo Salah's normal run through and clip it over the keeper goal that he scores every week.
Wouldn't you think someone have worked out how to defend that? He did. His name was Carlo, but he wasn't playing. He would have done if he'd been playing.
Not a shadow. Fabinho scored an absolutely brilliant goal from about 30 yards, and then Salah put Mane through and he made it 4-0. So. Good result for Liverpool. Obviously, Crystal Palace paid the price. Guati out injured, Zaha out injured, Benteke out injured.
And also the most remarkable stat ever, I would say. It's certainly up there.
Yeah.
No Crystal Palace player touched the ball in Liverpool's area.
Yeah, didn't have a single touch.
Absolutely diabolical, if you ask me. That's diabolical. Even if you were just to go, lads, not having this stat, someone go and stand in their box and I'm just going to whack the ball to you and you win that header. Yeah. I'll bring me sub-goalie on to win an header because I am not having this stat.
I think they only had
Stuart Pearce knew what he was doing.
2 shots, didn't he? Max Meyer had a shot and I think that was it. But Liverpool worthy winners, obviously. And worthy winners of the Premier League, let's be honest. You have to say that, whether we like it or not as Evertonians, you have to say it, they deserve to win it.
Everybody should get ready.
Get it done and let's move on.
Stand by your beds. It's happening.
Other games last night, Manchester United beat Sheffield United 3-0. Anthony Martial becoming the first Manchester United player for 7 years to score a Premier League hat-trick since Robin van Persie. And his third goal was lovely.
It was.
Really good goal. Sheffield United, they've been hit quite hard since the restart. Haven't scored a goal yet.
But the thing is that when you say being hit, do you think that's just like the way they play hasn't got going yet just because of the conditions?
I don't know. I mean, what I mean by that is momentum. They had the momentum when football stopped in March. They were on a good run. People were talking about them going for the Champions League. ahead of Manchester United. They had obviously had that game, and they've returned, and they've played 3 games and haven't scored a goal yet.
I mean, they have, but...
Have they?
Villa.
No,
but they have, though, haven't they? I mean, it was a goal.
But
it's mad, though. But isn't that mad, though?
Well, that's the 40s.
Isn't that how...
They could have won 1-0, and
it's the darkest timeline. Anyone knows that reference? It's the darkest timeline.
You're absolutely right. Had that goal been given, and they'd have gone on to beat Villa, then maybe they'd have gone to Newcastle and won, and it could have changed it, but it's gone the other way, hasn't it? And they ended 0-0 at Villa, lost 3-0 at Newcastle, lost 3-0 at United. Yeah. 3 games without a goal, and now all of a sudden they're 8th, and with us as Evertonians, you're looking going, well, actually, we might catch them.
But for United, big step, isn't it? Big step, because, you know, coming back, pointed down at Spurs, and to win that game, and you know, to do so comfortably against someone who had been seen as a rival, you know, they've probably cemented themselves now as being in a Europa League place.
Yeah,
and you know, I think they've and just trying to push for the Champions League. Although,
tell you what, the 6 points behind Leicester.
Yeah,
with 7 games to play, and Leicester haven't come back strong at all. Obviously, they've got an FA Cup game at the weekend, haven't they? So have United.
Chelsea, isn't it?
They got Chelsea, yeah. So they've got an FA Cup game at the weekend, then they go to Everton, obviously Leicester, so that could be a tricky game for them. United have got a little bit of momentum, so there's Leicester were quite far ahead of Chelsea, and I think it's just 3 points there. So Chelsea, another team...
Was it 4?
Was it 4, 3 or 4? But Chelsea, another team that aren't too far away. So United have picked up, had picked up a bit of momentum. I mean, they should have lost to Goodison. But for VAR, but they've got themselves right in it. And when you've got, obviously, Pogba's back now, and even if he wants to go in the summer, if he just plays well for these last 6 or 7 games for them and helps them, him and Fernandes look a good little partnership there. And
it's definitely there for the taking, isn't it? For they do seem to have that little thing, that little bit about them. Players are all fit, players have come back fresh, like Pogba. That's a real thing, you know, for a player who hasn't played all season, to get him back in it, to be like, well, he's fresh, like, you know, brand new playing the squad.
And when we know when he's on it, he's brilliant. It's just getting him on it, and that's been Manchester United's issue, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Elsewhere, Newcastle drew 1-1 with Aston Villa.
Good point.
Good point for Villa.
Villa.
To be fair, Villa had a couple of good opportunities to go ahead first half. Went behind through Dwight Gale.
Yeah.
Scored, and then El Hamandi scored. El Hamandi scored with a header, which the Newcastle keeper's got to save for me. Flick header went under him. But good point for Villa, because it's about, obviously, trying to build some momentum for them. They've had that game against Sheffield United through 0-0. Then they were ahead against Chelsea at the weekend and got beat, but then...
Well, what it does do for Villa, it puts them on 27 points. Bournemouth are on 27 points, obviously got beat by Wolves 1-0. And West Ham are on 27 points. Watford 28 points. So now you've got those 4 teams, and 2 of them will go down with Norwich, I imagine. I think Brighton have done enough to get out of it. I think they'll definitely get probably another 4 points between now and the end of the season. So that'll get them up to 37. Southampton on 37 now, so obviously you would be no problem. So it'll be 2 of those 4, and to be honest, at the moment, I don't know which 2 of those 4 it'll be. I know Watford, everyone would feel like they've got that upward momentum because of the manager coming in, and they've got a decent style.
Well, they go to Burnley tonight, Watford. In fact, at 6 o'clock.
Well, that's the game in hand, isn't it? They've got that game in hand. So if they can win that tonight and push themselves to 31 again, they'll be confident of getting another win, I'd imagine. But certainly West Ham, Bournemouth, and Villa now. Though, what 2 of those 3?
Dean Smith has said
Watford.
He thinks it's 5, a mini league with the 5 teams. He's obviously including Norwich in there because he doesn't want to be disrespectful. And they're in that position. Obviously, we want Watford to get something tonight from an Everton perspective, because Burnley are on 39 points, so we want to keep them, away from us. But I think Watford would be happy with the draw. They're an awkward game at Burnley. Burnley, obviously beaten heavily at Man City on Monday night.
Battered.
They'll be looking for a response there. But Watford, I look at Watford and I watched them against Leicester at the weekend, and they've got some good elements in the team, but then They're just not very good defensively, and yet they've got a really good goalkeeper.
Aging back 4, aging back 5, isn't it?
So, and that's the problem.
What about these rumours about Sean Dyche leaving Burnley at the end of the season? He seems to have had a bit of a fallout with the owner, I believe.
Are they rumours, or has he confirmed it?
I don't think he's confirmed
Hasn't confirmed it.
I don't think he's confirmed. I think it's still rumours. But I think for him...
I think it's the right time for him to go.
I think it's the right time for him to go. I think he'd just be doing the same thing again.
Would you go... I'd seen something last night saying Watford being linked with him. But
why don't they just got a new manager? He's signed a 3-year deal, hasn't he?
Well, if he keeps them up, he deserves to keep his job, doesn't he? But where could you see Dyche going? Because Hodgson's just signed a new deal, so he's not going to Palace.
West Ham?
But if they go down, would he want to go
If they go down.
Out the bottom, I'd say, for me personally, I think Villa have got more than West Ham.
Okay, but I'm just saying,
is that where you could see him
I
going?
could see, they've gone back, West Ham have sort of gone back to basics with Moyes. It's not really working. But I think with Sean Dyche, I think he'd fit in sort of with what they want to do. They're trying to do things on the cheap. We know that. They're trying to do things on the cheap. And I think they'd look at him and go, he's a manager that wants... I think Dyche wants to test himself. I think he really does.
Is he testing himself at West Ham?
No, but I think he'd be... At Burnley, there's definitely no money. And I think at West Ham, he'd get a little bit of money. And I think he'd think that would be the... Put it this way, what would be the next step for him?
No, that's what I mean.
The next step for him would be a Newcastle. It'd be a West Ham.
Yeah. Newcastle would be a hell of a job for him, but he's not getting the Newcastle.
He ain't getting the Newcastle job, especially if the takeover goes through.
Yeah. Well, a takeover will go through.
Well, there you go.
One or the other. So
I just can't see... I could see West Ham being a decent little fit, but...
I just wonder about their fans, because their fans hated Sam Allardyce. He hated the way he played.
Do you think
Dyche plays like that?
Do you think though that they've had a little bit of like humble pie in terms of you hate something, but actually it's not so bad. And when you go down the line, you get all the other little fancy things and they're worse. You go, actually that wasn't too bad. Do you think that maybe?
Possibly.
I think he'll leave Burnley. I've got a feeling he'll leave.
He's probably took them as far as he can. If they can't generate some money for him, then it's almost like what's the point? Yeah. Although he has only just got a new training ground built. I think Gorta Paul's been redeveloped, so it's improved.
It's not going to help you on the pitch though if you haven't got the players.
No, it's different. I think it's a tough one now with the Premier League, because if you look at the teams, he ain't getting a job in the top 10, is he?
No.
Sheffield United aren't sacking Chris Wilder. He's done incredible. He's done brilliantly there. I think Palace would be a good fit for him. But if Hodgson signed a new deal, which he has, then I don't see him going there. He's not getting, obviously, the Arsenal be a good fit. No, he's not getting the Arsenal job, obviously. Newcastle he's not getting, because, like we said, a takeover will go through one or the other. Southampton, Hasselhutton just signed a new 4-year deal. So already you're down to the 15th team.
Do you know where I'd like to see him? In Spain.
Dyche.
Oh, I'd love to see him in Spain.
Coming up against Simeone.
It'd be beautiful. Just that complexion in the sun would just be absolutely amazing.
Leeds?
I was actually thinking of Leeds just then in the back of my head. I was thinking, Bielsa obviously wants to stick around, but would he stay? He's mad. He makes mad decisions.
And there's no guarantee they're coming up. They got beat again at the weekend. 7 points, 8 games to go. You'd expect them to, but they fell on the swords last year, didn't he?
I could only actually see... I think Brentford might have the momentum, but as the team, like they'd be Fulham at the weekend, didn't they? But I can't see too many teams. They're all beating each other. That's the thing about the Championship, isn't it?
No, it'll be interesting to see what he does. Obviously, Everton won. One of the other things was Gary Neville's had a real go at Arsenal.
Yeah.
The defence, and said it isn't even average, it's poor. And he said he can't be trusted, and Mikel Arteta's going to be struggling because that defence...
Who can't be trusted?
The defence can't be trusted. Not
defence.
Arteta, just that defence. Can't have a go at Mikel like that. I mean, I will, but he can't. But I mean, we've seen this week. We kind of touched on it, I think, yesterday. David Luiz, a new deal. Cedric Suarez foot hasn't played a game, gets a 4-year contract. Mari.
There's no money.
No, there's no money.
There's no money.
There's very little money, but they're getting William Saliba. We said that. Kieran Tierney has been in and out.
He's not had a great start.
He's not had a great start. I think
he's not settled in.
No, he looks like an average defender. You know, he's great in Scotland. He looks like, but he's got a nice left foot, so he could build himself into that. I think he'd actually be better a bit higher up for them. But I think the way Arteta plays, it's like your left winger. Like playing a Aubameyang on the left wing to me is berserk. It's Martinez stuff that.
I think Arsenal should play 3 at the back and play with wing backs.
3-5-2.
I think
well, Kieran Tierney would suit a left wing back.
So would,
and Bellerin probably because he's
or Steven Cedric.
Or Cedric on the right, but he's 29. But then again, he played, and then he could. I guess then it would allow him to get older the midfield a little bit. And then still have to do the twin threat up front, wouldn't it? But then that'd render Pepe.
Big game for them tonight, Southampton, 6 o'clock kick-off. So if you're watching on YouTube, you might already know the score. But that's a big game for them because if they don't get a positive result tonight, if they were to get beat tonight by Southampton, I could see that happen. Southampton have a decent side.
Danny Ings is flying, isn't he? Danny Ings is absolutely flying.
But to lose the first 3, if they were to lose the first 3 back, that
pressure then
massive. Well, the pressure is. I mean, the pressure is you know, you've gone from being a club 3 seasons ago who were getting Champions League every year to not qualify. And at the moment, even if like they go on an half decent run, there's no guarantees they'll get Europe. No guarantees at all. Not with the way Wolves are playing. Not with Tottenham.
Behind us.
Not with Manchester United.
They're behind us. And we've said about Everton that it's going to take quite a big effort for Everton to finish in the Europa League, even though we're only a win and a draw off that. You know, we're 4 points, aren't we? Off it. I mean, if you just look very quickly at Arsenal's fixtures for the remaining bit of the season, they've got Southampton away. Then obviously you've got the FA Cup quarter-final at the weekend at Sheffield United, which is a tough one. But then you've got Norwich at home, which they should be comfortably beating Norwich. Then they go to Wolves.
Tough.
Which is a bad game
Very
for them.
Tough.
Then they've got Leicester at home.
Tough.
Which is a tough one. Then they've got Arsenal. Then they've got Tottenham away.
Yeah, that's tough.
Then they've got Liverpool.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then they go to Aston Villa. And then they play Watford.
Yeah, that's not an easy
So they haven't got. I look at me looking at those games now. I'd say Norwich will be 3 points, definitely. But everywhere else is a tough. You don't Leicester, Tottenham, Liverpool, and then you've got Villa. Villa by that time will one or the other. We need these 3 points. I know the crowd won't be there if Arsenal play the way they can, but they've got injuries as well. Leno's going to be. I know Martinez, the keeper, or Martinelli. Yeah. No, not Martinelli's the striker.
He's out.
The keeper he's out as well. They've got obviously Leno's out. They lose and they've lost a couple of injuries for players. Xhaka, his ankle's out for a couple of weeks. The hamstring. So. They've got injury issues as well, so it's going to be tough for them. Tonight will be a big one for them. Yeah. Obviously, last night in La Liga, Real Madrid won, didn't he? Yeah. They went back to the top.
Yeah. It's still goal difference though, isn't it?
No, it's not goal difference because Real Madrid's goal difference is 38 and Barcelona's is 39. And Real Madrid at the top.
Oh, it's head to head.
Head to head, isn't it? Which is mad.
You have 2 draws.
Real Madrid at the top.
Okay.
Real Madrid 68 points from 31 games. Barcelona 68 points from 31 games. 1 goal better off Barcelona.
It must be the
head to head. It's got to be the head to head. That's all it can be. And the 13 points clear those 2 of Atletico Madrid, and then Sevilla in 4th.
There you go.
But
big news from today though. Jeff Hendricks has been released by Burnley amid interest from
AC Milan.
He's
going to AC Milan.
That's incredible.
The agent said
that.
Well, they almost took Anthony Robinson.
No, I know,
January.
but that's incredible.
Yeah, so Jeff Hendricks,
is incredible.
International footballer, going for nothing.
Remember when Gary Breen Inter Milan?
Inter Milan. It is weird.
Robbie Keane went to Inter Milan.
It is weird though, isn't it? Because he's an average Premier League footballer, isn't he?
Yeah.
And why are Milan taking an average Premier League footballer?
Probably the same reason Inter Milan took average Premier League footballers. And they signed Young
and Moses.
It's just because maybe it's just
cheap option.
Get
and
2 or 3
he's an
in
international
for free,
player, isn't he?
who can do a job. Know what it is? I think there's a lot of average teams in Italy, and I think if you have a few players in there that you can just get for nothing, and also he's not going to be asking for mega wages either.
No, it's a great chance for him, isn't it?
You give him 2 years. Listen, Milan are not the team that they were.
Know what's weird though about Milan? They've got some good players though, you know. Got Frank Kessie, who's potentially very good. They got Rafael Lau, who's very good. I mean, he's shit Pieter.
But they are the Italians.
They are. They blew money. They got money, and they had a great chance to build, and they spunked it everywhere. And it's now they're kind of playing that thing of who can we fill the squad with, and I guess.
Why don't they want Yannick Bolasie then?
Because he'd probably have to pay money for him, wouldn't he? She's the type I think could do well in Italy.
Be amazing.
I'd say he would be good in Italy.
Message.
No, I think Gylfi would. Yeah. Just because it's a bit slow, and he's technically very good. I think he'd be good in Italy. But and Bolasie, I think, could do well. Delafeu done brilliant for them, didn't he, for a few months? But he's gone there. I mean, one player, quite a high-profile one today, is that Thomas Meunier from PSG signed for Dortmund for a 4-year deal, obviously linked heavily with Manchester United and Everton and Arsenal. And he's gone there, out of contract at PSG. So that's a really good signing for Dortmund. They've lost Hakimi, who's fantastic. He's gone back to Real Madrid after a 2-year loan at Dortmund. He's been brilliant. Obviously, he's got a game at the weekend, the final game. Meunier, because France has finished, he's gone there. So I think it's a brilliant, absolutely brilliant signing. That. Inter Milan, 3-3 draw last night. Romelu Lukaku with his 25th goal of the season. Lazio lost, didn't he? Which means Juve are in the box seat, fully in the box seat. They were 2-0 up after 11 minutes and got beat by Atalanta. And now you look at it and go, it's Juventus, it's Juventus again, which is
Where at one time it was a 3-way title race.
It was. What's weird is they were looking. People were saying that Juve had kind of blown it earlier in the season, because obviously Inter Milan were right in there. Lazio were doing well, but the drop off. I mean, Juve now 4 points clear, level games. I mean, Lazio have only lost 3 games, the same as Juventus. Inter Milan, who were looking really good with Conte earlier on, and now they've only lost 3 as well, but they're back with 58 points and losing games. It's throwing games away last night against Sassuolo. You know, when you're winning 3-2 with a minute to go, you've got to see that game out. They're back in 3rd. So yeah, that's about it. 3 games. There's 3 games tonight, isn't it? We've just touched on Arsenal down at Southampton. We've got Burnley, Watford, of course, and then
obviously Man City, Chelsea,
Man
which
City.
will be an interesting game.
And a massive game in the Championship on Friday this week, obviously, because we won't be doing it tomorrow night, but Brentford v West Brom.
Oof. That's it. That's the big game, innit?
I mean, if Brentford win...
Brentford will have to win if they want any hope of getting up. But
well, they've looked really good, haven't
they? They have, yeah.
But
yeah, so there you go. Obviously, the Chelsea-Man City game tonight's massively it's massively pivotal, isn't it? So, you know...
Well, City have to win. If City don't win, Liverpool are champions.
Yeah, and that's it.
If City win, it'll be very interesting.
Well, it'll be next week
at the
Etihad next week.
Decided today they've played.
That has been confirmed. So there you go. Big thanks for watching the Footy Show. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, we did the show every day live on Patreon. Any comments from Patreon just while you're there?
I'll just have a quick look. I mean, one big breaking news.
Go on.
Is that Andrew Carroll has signed a new 1-year deal with Newcastle. It looked like he was...
Just for that facial hair alone.
Well, what's weird about that is they said he wasn't getting a new deal amid the takeover and all that, because they were looking in a different direction, and now he's...
Okay.
Now they've...
James has said, can you explain the situation regarding tonight and win the league? I think we just have. Round our way. Talking about Everton. We're not talking about Everton. Let's have a look. David says, when Liverpool win, do red noses, text you straight away. No, because I don't.
They may do tonight.
Yeah. Richard Parr says, hoping for another Arsenal defeat tonight. The socially distanced live stream they had for the Brighton game was comedy gold.
I mean, that was mad, wasn't it? Seeing.
Yeah. There you go. As I said, if you want to watch these shows live, they are on Patreon. The link is in the description. You can join in with the conversation there. If not, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time on the Footy Show Daily. See you later.